Well, I'm doing a series of interviews. So far, I've only interviewed massive whales who pay to win and then got banned. So
Okay.
this is kind of
Okay.
a new area.
So
But
I'm next topic, right?
you're
Okay.
next in line to get banned.
Okay. After pay to win. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
What do you think are the top three strongest classes right now?
Top three
Yeah.
strongest class. Succession.
So let's start. So this interview is aimed at shining a light on the Korean server specifically. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Run, and I'm currently streaming in Twitch. I'm currently playing Wizard because I wrote last week, and I used to play video since video was released in official server in Korea at the end of the 2014. And I was playing Ranger for 4 years, and Source until last week from the beginning of this year. And now I'm Wizard. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, perfect. You've been playing since day one.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot. How did you get into video? How did that happen?
At the first time, because with this graphics and all the game system, it's like quite huge, as you guys already know, if you guys can compare to other MMORPG games. So I think like it was one of my friends who recommended me to play this game together. So yeah, that's the first time that I started this game. Yeah.
All right, so mostly graphics. That's I guess that's the reason
Yeah, yeah,
most people
graphics
do it.
and like, cause I don't have like a lot of info before starting this game, and like I just get into it. So yeah.
What were you playing before video? Or were you playing
Um, I
games?
was, I was playing other game with other genre like League or other FPS game. Yeah, something like Counter Strike, or it's called Sudden Attack in abbreviated as SA. I think it's only in Korea, I guess. I used to play that type of game, yeah, before playing video. Yeah.
Your English is quite good. It's really, really good
Thank you.
actually. Do you have how did you learn English? How did it get so good?
Until last year, so I was studying overseas in country named New Zealand, beside Australia, and I was studying in university at that country, and I was staying there for like 4 years. So I learned English there. Like I still know that my English is like not that really good, but yeah, thanks for saying that my English is good, and yeah, I hope you guys can understand my English without any problem during my interview. So yeah. That's why I can
I
speak English this much. Yeah.
it's perfect. Like I don't think people that speak only English really understand how hard it is to speak
All right.
another language. And I'm not
Thank you.
English myself, so it's a struggle for me as well. So I respect that. How does Korea see other regions?
You mean all the other region?
Yeah, so let's say
Um,
EU and NA. Let's stick to maybe EU and NA. Is there
okay.
some stereotype like
To be honest, because I'm also one of the high gear score player in Korea, and I've been playing video for quite a long time. I think Korean people have no idea about the other region. Like I'm not representing all of them, but like NA is NA, just EU is EU. Like I think it's really hard to find any player who have interest in NA or EU Sage scene. It's also
mm,
Russia. So yeah, I think yeah. Like
okay.
people like me who can speak English and who have friend in other region, maybe they have some interest in other region. But as you guys already know that a major of the patch in video is always comes to first in Korea servers. So I think a lot of people don't actually have interest in other region, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is interesting because I would say most people are interested in the Korean region.
You
Most
mean
other people
from except for the
from the
Korean
other,
region,
yeah.
right?
From I mean, from example for EU or NA, a lot of people look at what Koreans are doing because I guess of course it's because it's the server that gets the content first. It's the
Yeah.
oldest server. It's also the
Mm.
server where PA is, and there is this opinion, or there is this idea, sorry, that
Okay.
that PA Perlabis
Mhm.
only listens and only cares about Korean server. What do you think about that?
We are Wait, here's the thing. We are thinking exactly opposite way because
Okay.
we think that Probius It's only caring about the all the other region except for the Korea.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, this is
I
interesting.
guess
Yeah, I've never heard this before. Yeah.
grass
Yeah.
is greener on the other side
Okay.
always, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have the other opinion. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. Yeah. So if I have one more opinion,
Yeah.
at my opinion, so um, a lot of Korean people, Korean video player think that we are test server,
Mm-hmm.
so we are like struggling with all the bugs and other error, and all the other regions are getting like
The polished
like
version.
like following
Yeah.
patches, yeah, with outbox. So that's why like Korean thinks that ours like test global lab official server,
Yeah.
like, and you guys are like really actual official servers. So
Okay.
yeah,
I think
that's it.
like while it's definitely true that you guys are
Yeah,
getting like all the bugs first, all those things first,
yeah,
at the same time you're also getting content. Um,
yeah.
you're the
That's
first
also
region
true.
getting
Yeah.
content. For example, how long has Odilisha been out for you? A long time, right?
So in my memory, I think Odilita and all the other like that got armor has been released at the beginning of the March this year.
Yeah.
So it's been almost like half a year,
Yeah,
right?
and we
From
still
now.
don't
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, I also heard that too. Like, I think none of the other regions got
None,
it.
yeah.
Like,
So
yeah,
there's a lot of frustration um,
yeah. Mhm.
of the other regions, NA, NEU, and I guess everyone else, that it feels like Pearl Abyss is holding content intentionally. They're not releasing it.
I'm not sure if you guys heard anything about the Dead God helmet pieces because you guys don't have even like Dead God armor yet. But
I mean,
in Korea, we heard that we'll be receiving the Dead God helmet patch in the following year. We don't know like when it
you,
will be exactly, but yeah.
you're talking
So
about that gun, not Black Star, right? Because the last Global
yeah,
Lab
yeah,
patch had Black Star helmet, but you're talking about that
yeah,
gun.
yeah. We got it
Okay.
Black Star today.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You
we got
got
it
okay.
today.
You have heard the rumor that it's coming next year? The
About
Dead God one?
the it's like it wasn't a rumor, like it's kind of like official because the producer said it in the
Oh.
official, yeah, place. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it's official. I
yeah.
see.
But like we don't know the exact timing, so that's why like we're still waiting, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay, now let's actually talk about Pearl Abyss. So you're published and developed, of course, by Pearl Abyss. How do you see it? How does the Korean player base sees Pearl Abyss?
I think most of them don't like it because I'm not sure you guys get this event box from the Pearl shop. Are they selling it in the other region? That it's called something shiny box that random gacha. Do you guys get it
Yeah,
or?
it costs 10 euro in EU,
I'm not sure
like
what the price in the other region,
a
but
thousand
maybe the
pearls.
random gacha box you can get also fails tag and horror
Yeah,
costume, something like that.
yeah.
You guys get it? Uh,
I'm not sure if it's the same one, but there is something
yeah.
similar.
So like that patch was like from 2 weeks ago. Like that box was released and selling it, and a lot of people are like kind of flaming that. Yeah, PA shouldn't be selling that way.
150 fail stack, 2,500 cronstones,
Same.
100
Yeah, same one.
fails.
Exactly same one.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's that one. It's that one. People complained in Korea
You
about
got
it.
a probability. Wait, we didn't get the probability. They didn't open for
Oh,
us.
really?
Holy, what the?
Okay.
Wait. Oh, this is new for me.
So maybe Korean players can also benefit from looking at EU patch notes.
Holy, 150 Felsted was 0.1%. Holy. Okay. This makes sense because I also bought some of the boxes
Yeah.
and I only got a lot of pet, marmot, and desert fox. So yeah, this makes sense.
Now I don't
Oh.
remember the price of this one exactly. I think it was about 10 euro. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it will be similar in Korea. Yeah, it was almost like
Why did people complain? Because the game had like pay to win items for a long time. It's nothing new.
where there are like a huge number of people in Korea and they have their own purpose to playing BDO. So some people playing for collecting some per costume outfit, and some people like me playing to fight versus other guild or to play Node War or Siege. And a lot of people, especially as one of the video player who really likes PvP in this game, a lot of PvP player complain about the PvP system these days because I'm not sure about the other regions, Node War and Siege scene, but especially in Korea, it's really dead. Like it's really dead. Yeah, 'cause none of the large number of the guild are not playing Siege because we don't need to. Because like that money and it's not enough reason to play this game. I'm like pay to win is also one of the major problem. A lot of people are complaining about that because if you buy a lot of costumes, you can just keep try all the other items, and maybe you will have a problem with Kapras, but when you're way to make pen items, it's also pay to win, same in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And also I want to talk about the PvP system especially about the Node and Siege. In Korea, a lot of PvP players are complaining about the system, like whole the general system, because like we think that PA should lead us to contribute to play Node War and Siege, but a lot of people are actually leaving this Node War and Siege scene, and they are just trying to do life skills so they can get more copras and better gear
Mm-hmm.
rather than focusing on fighting. So I think this is also one of the way that people think about it, about current situation. Yeah.
Okay. Node War and Siege War. You say that
Yeah.
it's dead in Korea. In
Yeah.
EU and NA, I think the issue here is that almost every server probably has a different a different scene. Because in NA,
Yeah.
as far as I know, Siege is more important. Like the top players are in Siege guilds, and Siege scene is somewhat alive. In EU, it's the other way around. Node War guilds is where the endgame players are, and the Siege is seen like more kind of a casual thing.
It's exactly same as the Korean thing. Like that's one of the huge problem because of the mercenary system. So for example, like there's some small guild with 30 guild member,
Mhm.
and they can still go to siege by using mercenary system and can conquer the siege. I'm not sure if that is happening currently in NA or EU. Okay, okay. From the beginning, I think you guys know about the Korean siege history, or like do I have to
No,
like
not really.
explain?
Or I don't,
Uh,
at least.
okay. So let me just briefly explain about. So like there was the two huge union. Like union is like it's different with alliance. So there was A side and B side, and they were like fighting versus each other. And when they were like really like living and fighting every day, the siege was quite alive. But now one side has like much stronger power than the other side. So like siege is dead because of that. Also, when the A was stronger than B, they used to tell other Node War guilds they used to tell other Node War guilds not to come to siege because they need to conquer the castle. So it's like kind of bad. But now like B Union has stronger power than A, and A only has one guild left. All the other guild has been absorbed to A guild, and someone left, stuff like that. So yeah, that's also one of the major problem like major way that why Korean siege is dead. Like, yeah.
How do Koreans see like building with multiple guilds? Like, do they see as more honorable to do like a 1v1? Is it important to one guild versus one guild in Siege, or is it more like the more people you bring, the better? There is no shame in bringing more guilds.
Well, depends on which guild you are belong to, but well, like I think it's Korean people think it's way more fun to do 1v1 rather than fighting versus like a lot of guild as a one guild because these days in Korea, like the more active number is the power, like because a lot of Siege and Node War guild players has enough gear to play endgame PvP because I think average soft cap in Siege is like 660 gear score these days in Korea. So because of the dead god pieces, so
660?
yeah, 660. Yeah.
I thought it was a bit higher. I don't know why. I expected it to be a bit higher.
So it was like cut. That's why I just said soft cap. So like it's
Okay.
minimum, like yeah.
What's your gear for people that don't know?
You mean my gear?
Yeah, your gear.
My gear score is 689, and I'm also using that god armor with boss gear at the other part. and I have 13 capras on each of my Griffon, Urgon, and back, and I'm currently using Tri Dead God armor. And my accessories are all pen, crescent with one pen ogre. I mean like pen light and the same, but yeah, and also one pen Baltara belt. And I'm swapping 2 pen red coral earrings and one pen Tungrad earring. So I can swap it. When I'm fighting, I use 2 pen RCE, red coral. And when I'm just generally grinding, I use 1 pen Tungrad earring and pen RCE, so I can gain more AP. Yeah.
Okay. How do you see PA's approach to Siege and Node War in general? Because it's a content that they haven't really made many changes about. And let's I guess get into that. But I also want to know what Korean thinks about Tier 1 Node Wars.
You guys all get that patch now, right?
Like, I think they got it today. Yeah.
Because as one of the player who never played Tier 1 Node War before, and I think I won't play from now on, like in the future. But well, to be honest, I think because I'm also streaming like you, and a lot of people come to my stream and they said this patch is good for like really new beginner who really want to start Node War. It's the first time, but the original Tier 1 player might not like it because they have their like own setting, maybe HP setting or some, like really good gear setting, which is only good for Tier 1 Node War. So I think they don't like it. Yeah, they're not happy with this patch, I guess. Yeah.
How do you see the Siege scene and the Node War scene in the future? Did PA say anything about it?
I'm not sure if you guys get this kind of announcement officially before, but in Korean, once there was like producer said that Siege is the end game content and this should be end content. So we all know that, but I'm not sure why they are like patching this way, because they are just focusing on life skill and all the other thing, and they are now just like trying to show us that we're still considering and caring about the PvP, like Node War Siege. So I'm not sure, like we should just wait until some more patches, because they are recently starting to change that. They are removing that extra HP bonus from the Siege, and they are removing that regeneration time, like rebirthing time from the Siege. And they are also, I think, like they are trying to show us that, well, we're trying to change it. So I think from now, I think we should just wait it, like, because maybe they can patch about PvP and Field War, Siege, Node War in good way. So yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do at this point. Yeah.
All right. So I mentioned earlier how people stop playing. One of the reasons people stop playing Siege is also because of the bad performance of the game. In EU and NA and most of the regions, there is a big issue of desync and getting CC'd in super armor, iframes, or just the game performing really poorly with FPS and effects and everything. There's a lot of people also think that in Korea that is not as big of an issue because of your infrastructure. Of course, it's really different handling the game in a small region like Korea compared to the entirety of North America, for example. What do you think about this?
Okay, so we also have that issue. Like you can get CC during iframe or super armor, but to be honest, like Korean people don't think like that seriously. The thing that Korean PvP player thinks seriously is about debuffs. So when you get a lot of slow, like from like various number of people, it's like you cannot do anything, right? Like you even cannot move, and so that's also one of the problem in Korea these days, especially from the Witch and Wizard. That I'm not sure about the name of the skill, but that electric something, that debuff. So that used to be a problem quite a long time ago, but they are not changing anything with debuff and those systems. So a lot of people are still requesting to patch about those things, like those error and bugs. And yeah, I'm not sure why, but there are no changes still. Yeah.
Okay, so there's an issue with like slows, but you guys don't have desync too much? Like it's not that big of an issue?
Well, you mean this thing in Siege, right?
Not just Siege, like even in 1v1.
Even more.
Mhm.
I think we don't have that much issue, I guess.
Okay. Because, for example, just to give you an example, since you also played Sork, right?
Yeah.
It's not crazy, it's not uncommon for, let's say, a day, an evening, where it's peak time, it's really, really busy, that you are
Uh,
in the most populated server, right? Let's say I'm Velia for Battle Arena.
okay. Yeah.
It wouldn't be crazy to get CC'd in an iframe every 2 duels.
Wow.
Like,
That's
it's
quite
really
new.
common. Like, it's really, really common.
Is it common, right? Okay.
Very common, yeah.
Wow. We at least we at least we don't have that issue because we never had that type of issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Until now.
That is crazy because
Yeah, it sounds crazy because
whenever
if you're
whenever I want to quit BDO, it's because of that.
really? But you're still here.
I'm still say I'm
Well, I think like the way NA and EU people think about Korean server is like looks quite wrong because like we think, as I already mentioned in the like
yeah.
previous question, we think you guys have better environment to play video
Okay.
and receiving patch without the bug, which is already struggled in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Because I guess another thing that's an issue is
yeah.
we have to use Kakao to go through PA, right? So a lot of times it
Yeah,
feels our voice is not heard because
uh,
maybe Kakao is not relaying the information properly. Maybe PA doesn't care about Kakao, or like they don't have the best relationship. So there's I guess another issue is that we feel like it's impossible for us to talk to Perlabis. How do Korean players feel? Do you feel like you can communicate with Perlabis? Do you think there's some kind of open conversation, or do you also feel completely cut out?
there used to be doing some open conversation in official place before this kind of like Corona situation happened, but well, I think like still even if there's some kind of place that you can talk to Purvis, like they can. I think like they're trying to listen, but the way they patch and the way they update, I think like they're not much caring about the like player's voice, I guess.
What do Koreans think about the PvP balance?
I'm not sure about so okay, let's talk about the class balance first. I'm not sure if NA or EU or other region player might think the same, but in Korea we definitely have like tier 1 class, tier 2 class, tier 3 class. Like so like this is my opinion, but like you guys know that Succession Wizard and they're like better class compared to other class.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite yeah.
I mean, personally, the way I see it,
Ah, ah.
since release, so I've been playing, as I said, since release, I think Succession Wizard is the strongest class that ever
Yeah,
got
if you
released.
are really good at it, good at playing, yeah, yeah. You cannot kill them at all, like especially in 1v1. If you are fighting versus really good Succession Wizard, yeah, that's also one of them. Yeah, huge problem in Korea. Yeah.
What do you think are the top 3 strongest classes right now?
Top 3
Yeah.
strongest class. Succession Wizard, and because of the Death God armor and that DP bracket release patch from the last like from a few weeks ago, I think Mystic and Striker got quite huge buffs, so I think they are also belong to top 3, I guess. I think we should add Valkyrie instead of the Mystic, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So Succession Valkyrie, Wizard, and Succession, and I mean like Awakening that Striker. Yeah, I think these are top 3. Yeah.
Actually, I guess it would be interesting. What do you think are the 3 worst classes in PvP?
Including the Shy or not?
No, like I think Shy is good. Don't Nodwar guilds use Shy? Node and Siege guild?
It's really hard to find Shy in Korea these days, especially
Okay.
in Nodewar. Yeah.
Really?
There are some Shy, but like they are like having really good DP gear who has more than 520 DP, 530 DP, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
Beside Shy, I guess. What's the bottom 3?
Bottom 3. So like you mean want to talk about like in general, right? Like not in endgame spec PvP, right?
Yeah, let's talk about PvP in general. Yeah.
In general, okay. So to specify this, Awakening Ranger.
Okay.
I used to play this for 4 years, but Awakening Ranger, and I think it's also Awakening Wizard, and what else? Also Awakening Valkyrie, I can say, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's I guess talk about the CC resistances. So of course with CC resistances, I mean just the percentage of immuning resisting the CC, and in general like using adamantine in boots. I'm not sure how they're called in Korean, but the knockdown resistance crystals.
Yeah, same, yeah.
So what do you think, and what do Koreans in general think about this mechanic? Because personally, I think it's the worst mechanic in the game.
Yeah, same here. Like a lot of people are rolling from other class to Succession Valkyrie because you can get resistance from passive if you play Succession Valkyrie, and you can build up resistance by using those type of crystal. And what type of CC you put into resistance Valkyrie, like you cannot put it even if it's grab, knockdown, what else, like float, bounce, stuff like that. So that's also one of the major problem in Korea, and they should fix it. This is like just my opinion, but I think these days in Korea with really high gear Succession Valkyrie, like you cannot win 1v1. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't matter what class you're playing, because you cannot put any CC during the fight. So yeah, it's also one of the huge problem. Yeah. I also agree that it's one of the thing they should be changing in soon. Yeah.
Do you think
I'm not
that's
sure what they are. Yeah.
Do you think that's a popular opinion?
I think some of the endgame spec PvP players think this way. Yeah. But like not all of them. So it can be quite public. Yeah.
Because yeah, everyone I know hates them. And if Korean people hate them as well, why is it still here?
We all play it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's something that will get changed, or maybe just
like
reduce.
Korean people just maybe they can reduce it, or like maybe they can change the CC formula, the way they CC count. So, but, well, I'm not sure what PA is thinking about those system. Yeah, those resistance system. Yeah.
I have some questions for some people from my Discord. So how does endgame PvE works? Is there a lot of griefing or dual force spots? Are they generally more inclined to let people finish their loot scrolls?
So here's the thing. That dual thing is cultural difference because we don't have that culture in Korea. So no one dual force spot, especially during grinding, because they just want to focus on grinding.
Okay.
They don't want to fight versus other people, other like person to save their spot. So yeah, we don't have that system. Like we don't have that kind of culture, like field culture. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and even if that's possible, I think Korean people won't like it because they just want to focus on grinding. They don't want to fight versus other player because they're in their spot to grind for money, not to fight with other people. They can go to battle arena for fighting, or maybe they can go to RBF to practice the large scale fight. So yeah.
So how do you get a spot? Like let's say you go to Sikraya main rotation and it's taken.
So if it's Archer channel, you can fight it by using RC. Yeah, but in the normal channel, like you should just wait until like
Okay, so it just doesn't happen. Like fighting just
yeah.
Okay, it's
never.
Interesting.
Yeah, it won't happen. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So I guess there's a multiple question. I'll go one by one. If you're comfortable with it, how much did you spend in video? Money.
In total.
Yeah. If you're comfortable saying it. If not, it's
cause like I'm not relating my gear since that Kapras was released, but before that, I used to pen roulette a lot. So including that time, maybe I used more than 10,000 US dollar in total from the beginning of the PA, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. I guess this is a follow-up question. I have heard personally that pay to win is seen as something good in Asian countries because it's like it shows your wealth. It's a demonstration of wealth. What do you think about this? Is this true? Like, do you think that the player base in Korea sees pay to win as something good or not?
Nah, I don't think that's true. Like the way people think, like the way at least in Korea, the way Korean think about pay to win is like, especially these days, like we cannot buy Kapras from the marketplace even if you have a lot of silver. So I think it's like much less pay to win because after that got armor release, like a less number of people are investing money to pay to win because even if you trying to do pay to win, like you cannot get anything. Maybe you can sell power costumes to get life skill gear such as Manos, but well, like it's getting less, I guess. Yeah, but also that pay to win is not showing well. So I can tell you this guy's quite sure about this.
What are your thoughts on the current endgame meta in BDO in Korea?
Generally, a lot of people are playing good class, such as good class both for PvE and PvP, such as Succession Wizard, as I already mentioned. So, yeah, like most of Korean players are playing Succession rather than Awakening. And I think because of the Dead God armor release, and we also know that they will be following Dead God pieces. So a lot of people are trying to buy both gear rather than using green armor pieces. And also, a lot of people are trying to get Manos and Life Skill tool and gear accessory because we need to make Kapras by our own. We cannot buy from the marketplace because there are more than 200,000 pre-order always in Korea these days. So yeah, I think that's the way Korean playing these days.
How about like DR versus
Yeah,
evasion, and
yeah,
AP versus accuracy, Zarka versus Offin, stuff like that.
yeah.
What's the
Opinion.
what's the
Yeah.
opinion, I guess?
Most of people are using Xarka instead of Waffin. I know that Pen Blackstar is the best, but it's really hard to get, and it's the one of the top end gears. So, except for talking about Pen Blackstar weapon, so if I compare Xarka with Waffin, especially for PvP player, they are thinking that they're caring about the accuracy. So they usually go to Xarka rather than Waffin, but there are still some class who's using Waffin, such as Musa, Mehwa, Wizard and Witch, doesn't matter Succession or Awakening, because if you have enough accuracy in their like skill, class skill, I think some people are using Waffin, yeah, yeah, instead of the Xarka, yeah.
And how about the armor, DR versus evasion? So Urgon, Masken.
Okay, so let me talk about my opinion first. I think like this is just my feeling, but like I think Parabis is trying to nerf evasion and they're trying to balance between DR and evasion.
Okay.
But the mechanism is quite weird. You know, you guys should already know that. So like evasion works that just ignore the damage and it goes to zero, but damage reduction goes that just reduce the damage, right? So you won't get like zero damage even if you have like full DR. So I think because of the recent DR patch, that bracket release patch, the extra bonus, I think they are trying to buff DP, like DR, yeah, instead of the evasion. But the problem is, so the player who have N spec gear has, even if you're using evasion build, you can still get more than 400 DP by using maybe Try or Ted, Dead God Armor, and all the other, like maybe you can use Offend to build some DP or stuff like that. So if you reach more than 400 DP with evasion build, you can still get a benefit even if you're not building the damage reduction build. So that's also one of the problem these days discussed in Korea. So yeah,
Okay.
I think they should nerf evasion more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about accessories? You say you run 2 Radical Earring, right?
Yeah.
There's also, you have the new belt, the new, it's not new for you, but we don't even
True.
have it.
Yeah.
The accuracy belt, and now they announced accuracy rings. How do people usually go? And also there's the evasion and accuracy offend, which some people are using on EU list.
I think it depends. So if let's talk about the offense first. I think it depends on which class you're playing and which succession or awakening whether you're playing. But I used to use accuracy offhand when I was playing Succession Source, when I was fighting versus like 20 Kapras Mystic and Striker and end game, evasion character, but end spec evasion character. But the reason that I roll from Source to Wizard is after that DPA bracket patch, even if you use 2-pen RC with 1-pen accuracy offhand, you won't be able to kill 20 Kapras Mystic. Like, we should be at least to kill them by 2 combo, but it's still really tough because CC chain is really tough, especially for the Source. So a lot of PvP players are trying to get accuracy accessory because it's really helpful for fighting versus evasion character. So if I can give you guys some tips after you guys receiving the Auditor region, try to get Turo Belt. Yeah, Turo Belt is one of the most efficient accessory compared to the Earring or Pen Red Coral or the Pen that accuracy ring, which is released today. And it might take time, so yeah. So yeah, try to get Turo Belt if you don't have any part of the accuracy accessory. And if you still feel like you need to gain more accessory from accessory, even if you have the Turo Belt with Ted or Pen, maybe you can go for Red Coral earrings or Pen Ted Dawn earring for the following options. Yeah, and as one of the players who's using 2-pen Red Coral earring, accuracy is really good, and it's kind of must-have items these days in Korea to fight versus evasion character, and not just for evasion character, also for the damage reduction character such as like Valkyrie and Warrior. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah. I think like that's one of the huge thing that I want to mention because Kapras is really one of the major lack of item in Korea these days. So, and also if you're investing a lot of time in this game, try to have Manos gear, like the life skill gear, and try to do the trading and like gathering sap or something like that, gathering wood. Doing those things together with grinding, and you can increase your gear score like really, really fast. So yeah, I recommend you guys doing life skill. Although I'm not doing it, I used to do it before, but if you guys have enough passion to play this game, you guys can buy or NS Manos gear, and you guys can make Kapras on your own. So yeah, I strongly recommend this. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Is there any final word or shout out that you want to do?
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I've done this interview well, but I hope you guys don't have any problem with understanding my word. And also, I'm trying to stream every day if I can. So if you want to know anything about me or anything about Korean server, come and visit my stream. And also, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, thank you so much for coming to the interview. I really appreciate it. And yeah. I think, honestly, there's a lot of things I still would like to know. And I'm sure a lot of people in the comments will want to know more. So maybe we can do a follow-up in the future.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And have a nice day. Have a nice evening.
Oh, you too. Yeah, you too. Thank you. Have a nice morning. Like, have a nice day.
It's a nice morning. All right. Cheers.